Let's get this party started.
Coverage tight, spotlight on tomorrow. Who you with? Trust, you'll be delighted that you followed. At Phirst Contention, the invention. We debate sports, of course we should mention. What's that? We cover games, we don't play suspensions. We 100, so if your star's missing, we let you know your squad surely gone fishing. We never fish though, no, not our motto. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your favorite show. Yes, it is us, Phirst Contention, coming at you once again. I am your host today, Mr. Stephen Davis, with my esteemed colleagues, my boy over and about to be moving to Baltimore, Mr. Josh Harris.
That means I got to become a Ravens fan. What up, world?
Also, we're going to move over to Minneapolis, my boy Marvin Banks.
Thank you for the introduction, Cornelius. Hola, senors and senoritas.
Yes, and last but not least, Mr. Ty Sosina in Minnesota as well.
Y'all doing too much, y'all. Salutations. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Yes, indeed. So, with this episode, we're going to kind of continue our talk that we discussed already with the NFL. We had the AFC last week, so this week we're going to jump into some NFC talk. And the first thing we're going to talk about, we're going to break down the divisions. And the first division we're going to start with is the NFC West. Now, we have San Francisco, who has won that division last year and could be a landslide to be, I guess, the winners for this year. But want to get you guys' thoughts on what's going to happen with this conference and see what we can do about it. So, Josh, why don't you start us off with this?
Well, all I have to say is 49ers. San Francisco 49ers are going to come out the West. They're going to do it big, and they're going to make some things happen. Hopefully, it's been a long time since the 49ers franchise has been able to make some moves and do things. So I'm excited about this because that's the team that I grew up on. That's who I grew up watching Jerry Rice on. So I'm excited to see the 49ers finally make a comeback, and it's going to happen. They're not going to take it all away, but they're going to come out of the West.
Okay. Marv, what you got to say about that?
Even though 49ers won this division by a landslide last year, I think they were a tad bit overrated. They kind of snuck up from some teams. I think they're going to probably drop back down to earth. I give them 9-7, but the team I really like, despite the quarterback controversy, is the Arizona Cardinals. I like their defense. I like Larry Fitzgerald on the outside, and I like their weapons. If they get their quarterback situation right, I think they have a chance to maybe take over the 49ers. They finished 8-8 last year, so they have a chance.
Interesting. Okay, Ty. Why don't you give us your opinion?
I think you got to hands down give it to the 49ers and my man, Patrick Willis. I love what Seattle's doing. I think they're going to finish second division, but you got Russell Wilson, who's good, but he's still a rookie. He's going to have some downfalls. Arizona's, the O-line sucks, and the quarterback, that situation is just in flux. St. Louis, I'm not going to believe in anything St. Louis does until I see them do it. So I give it to the 49ers. You got Randy Moss. Go take the top off the defense, working underneath. So I think Alex Smith, he's going to progress this year. 49ers all the way.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Sorry, Marv, but the Arizona Cardinals, I do not have any faith in. Quarterback situation, O-line, just like Ty said, it's going to be trouble out there. I think Seattle has a.
Hear me out, though. Hear me out.
No, we won't.
Do you think that Alex Smith was a tad bit anomaly? I don't think he's going to repeat the same success.
Alex Smith has a lot more weapons to work with this year. He has Randy Moss. He has Mario Manningham. He got A.J. Jenkins. He still got his toy Vernon Davis to play with.
Frank Gore.
They got Frank Gore, Brandon Jacobs. They reloaded on offense. They were this close to making it to the Super Bowl, and I feel like they're going to take another step forward this year.
Plus, when it comes in hand grenades, gunfights, and ballroom dancing.
Whatever. Anyway, moving on from that, we got San Francisco, and Marv wants to say Arizona, but we're going to move on and go to the NFC East now, which is kind of an intriguing division. You know, the Giants barely made it out and got into the playoffs, and then you saw what they can do once they get in the playoffs, made a run, won the Super Bowl. To me, this division kind of is up in the air right now. I really don't know which way to go. I would like to say that I think Philly might be one of the best teams out of this division if Michael Vick can stay healthy. But at the same time, you still got New York Giants, who's going to be relying on defense. They're going to be pass rushing. Eli has proven himself that he can be an elite quarterback. So we're going to see what's going to happen. And Tony Romo has a lot to prove himself to the Dallas hopeful, and Jerry Jones is saying. So we're going to see what's going to happen with that. But let's get you guys' opinions. Marvin, what do you think is going to happen in this division?
As tough as it is for me to say this, because I still haven't watched the NFC Championship game and some of the Super Bowl, I've always said the champion is the champion unless they don't make the playoffs. So I have to give the nod to the New York Giants, as hard as it is for me to say that. If you have a big if and Michael Vick to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, then maybe Tony Romo, fourth quarters, he likes to throw picks. So I have to give it to the Giants, even though their defense was a little overrated last year too as well. With the Giants, cheek and tongue with the Giants.
Again with the overrated word. Okay. Josh, what do you think, man?
What do I think? Well, I hate to be a bandwagon rider and jump on, but Redskins.
Redskins.
Whoa! Yes. The Redskins is where I'm going to go. I'm going to tell you. I mean, they got a great wide receiver in Pierre Garcon, and then they also have a tight end, Fred Davis. The only thing they need is a running game, and I think that they'll pick somebody up to have a decent running game, and I really think that RG3 is going to come out the gate this year. I really think he's gonna make some history.
Hold that thought, Marv. Hold that thought.
Hold that thought, Marv.
Wait a minute. Ty, let Ty get his speak in first before we get back to that. Go ahead, Ty.
First of all, let me tell you why you're wrong. It's Garcon. RG3 is still a rookie, a lot of promise, but you got.
What does rookie mean?
That means he's gonna have some ups and downs. You got
Jordan was a rookie.
You got a loaded roster in Philadelphia, but you know what? He's brittle. Michael Vick is brittle to me. So I've got the Giants coming out again. Best front four in football. If you can rush the quarterback, you can win.
We get props.
Actually, the wild card coming out because I think
Vick goes some props,
and they drop a few games. So they'll barely miss the playoffs, I think.
Josh has Washington coming out of the East.
You're entitled to your opinion, my good sir.
Josh, it's funny you moved to Maryland. Now you want to Maryland everything. The Ravens, the Redskins.
Hey, they pull you in, man.
I guess
come up here and realize that. It's RG3 Nation up here.
It's very funny, Josh, where you and Pierre Garcon can have a nice tandem going on.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to move along and go to the NFC South next. Out of this division, we had New Orleans. They had a terrible offseason as they lost their coach in the whole Bounty situation, lost a couple of key players on the defensive side, but they still have Drew Brees. So we don't know what's going to happen with that. Cam Newton came out of the shell last year as an elite quarterback, and now we have Atlanta, who's still ready to take that next step. But we're going to see what's going to happen in the NFC South, Ty.
I think this is very interesting. I think it's one of the best divisions of football, minus the Bucs, obviously. But I'm actually going to give it to the Falcons. I think the Falcons have a lot to prove this year. They've been subpar, especially in the playoffs the past few years. They're loaded on offense. The question is, will they really truly tap into it? The Saints are a great organization. I do not think they vie for a Super Bowl just because you're missing Peyton. But they're going to score all the points in the world, but their defense is just never good enough. You lose Greg Williams. Again, you got Spagnuolo, but it's just not the same. So you got the Falcons with more offensive power, if not the same, and a better defense, I believe.
Okay.
ATL, Shouty.
ATL, Shouty. All right. Marv, what you got to say?
Ty, I cannot go for any team that has 2 points in a playoff game. Not never, not now, not for the future.
Best front four in football was the Giants. Just saying.
Like I was saying, 2 points in a playoff game, no. Even though the Bucs might be down, they're going to be a very physical team and a hard team. I still have to give the division to Cam. I'm going to go with I'm gonna go with the Panthers. Yes, I'm gonna go with them.
Superman at home.
I think that's the team I'm going with. I like John Beasley coming back on defense. I think the defense is going to take another step forward. I can't remember the linebacker. I think the linebacker that they drafted out of Boston College, can't remember his name, is going to improve that defense as well. So I'm going to go with Cam.
Okay. Cam Newton. What you got to say, Josh?
Marvin, this is the first time I think in the history of the show that I will say that I'm going to agree with you.
Wow.
I'm just going to go ahead and co-sign exactly what Banks said because this is rare. This may never happen again, so I'm going to embrace it. I'm going with the Panthers coming out. I think Cam Newton, he's been doing it. He's going to continue to do it. It's going to happen. They got to step it up on the defensive end, but it's going to happen.
Finally, that Josh has finally seen the light. Thank you, Josh. High five.
Yeah. I really like Carolina as well, but at the same time, I don't know. You know, I hope that Cam Newton has it. I hope Cam Newton has a great, sophomore season.
How about y'all open up a joint banking account already?
This is still Atlanta's division to lose right now. They have all the weapons on offense and defense. They have all the tools. They just need to take that next step. I don't know what's going to take for them to do it, but it's there. And I feel like this is the year, if ever, that they need to do it because the Saints are in a debacle right now. But anyway, we got one more division left, and we say this one for the last for a reason. Most of us are from the NFC North, so let's kind of start this debate off. Talking about what's going to happen in the North. We got Green Bay made it to the playoffs, and Detroit, surprisingly for the first time in a while, made it back to the playoffs last year. What's going to happen this year? Chicago reloaded. Minnesota, we don't know. Green Bay still the same. What's going to happen, Josh? What do you think?
Well, we know that Minnesota isn't going to do anything because they got way too many problems in the front office over there. They can never let the team just get solidified and let them work as a team before they start making moves. I'm going to go with Chicago. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's my hometown. I'm hardly ever home, but I'm always repping.
Okay.
Got a diehard Bears fan. It's like gang affiliation. If you know what gangs are or whatever, that's the way it is. Although, I don't know, we got some things going over there that I'm not too sure about. We got to fill that wide receiver slot. They just cut Rasheed Davis earlier this week, so I'm not sure what we're going to fill there, but I'm going to go with the Bears anyway and keep my fingers crossed. Go Bears.
Okay, Ty, you another Chicago native. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think everyone's sipping the Kool-Aid. Everyone's sipping the Green Bay Kool-Aid. And I'll give them the division. I'll give them the division. But you know what? I got the wild card who's going to catch fire and come from Chicago. It's their time. It's time for Chicago to make a move. Bear down. You got Urlacher. If he's healthy, and I think he's going to come back, he's going to be great. You've got receivers finally. Jeffrey, Marshall. We don't need Rasheed, who's great on special teams, but our special teams is good regardless. Devin Hester, explosive. Earl Bennett, reliable. And you've got Pay the Man Forte. He is back. Mike Tice, they are going to pound the rock. Cutler's going to go deep. If you smell what the Bears are cooking, cue bear down sound.
Okay, you need to bear down for real. Like, where do you get all these little cups from?
He got all the props tonight.
About to the show this season.
All right, Marv, what do you think, man?
How dare you be disrespectful to the MVP of the NFL?
Oh,
how
God.
dare you?
I
How dare you?
I think y'all.
You say everyone's drinking a Packers Kool-Aid? If I'm not mistaken, most of the analysts are picking the Bears to win this division. Most of the analysts are picking the Bears to go to the Super Bowl. But who's flying under the radar? Just a team that went 15-1. So, I'm sorry. You have one team in this division that's probably going to draft Matt Barkley. You have another team in this division that's going to be down. You have another one that's going to vie for a wild card. And you could choose between the Bears and Lions. But the class of the division, to you, Joshua Harris, to you, Ty Sosina, to you, Cornelius Stephen Davis, is the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers. And until the Bears can prove that they could beat Green Bay on a consistent basis, then I won't hear nothing from them. Only
Change
talk to
gonna come,
teams.
nephew. Change gonna come.
Only talk to people that have multiple Super Bowl championships. And that's all I have to remember. The Bears are
Can I make this statement?
Thank you. Go ahead, Josh.
One statement. I will say this. It's not going to be a walk in the park. And Green Bay is definitely provided. They're not going to let it be easy. That's all. I'll give you that. I'm not going to be completely one-sided. I can meet in the middle. I'm not going to act like Green Bay isn't a good team. However, I'm leaning towards the Bear country.
I got to say this. Let me put my 3 cents in here as well. I believe no team over the past maybe 3 or 4 years have given the Packers a game like the Bears. And the Bears have reloaded. They have reloaded on offense. They finally have a number 1 receiver. We're talking about the year the Packers went to the Super Bowl. They beat Caleb Haney in the second half, and they won by, what, a touchdown? It was a close game, and you had a backup in.
You would not disrespect Green Bay for winning a championship. You would not disrespect that great team of winning a championship. How you going to say they barely won? If it was Jay Cutler, Jay Cutler was on the bench riding a bike. He should have got himself back into the game.
Who has the best preseason record? Who has the best preseason record?
Wow. Okay, now we're going with preseason records.
All right, guys. Anyways, thank you, gentlemen, for your input. I would just like to say, towards the end, we have a couple of favorites towards the each division. But I'm going to give each person 10 seconds to kind of state your case for who you think is going to make it to the Super Bowl and why. 10 seconds, that's all you got. I will start it off, and then I'll pass it along. The team that I believe is going to make it to the Super Bowl that was this close to making it last year will be the San Francisco 49ers, just because they reloaded on offense, they have a legitimate defense, and they're good on special teams. All phases of the game. Jim Harbaugh is a great coach. Alex Smith will take another step this year, and we're going to see them in the Super Bowl. Ty, what you got to say?
Bear down.
Good. Josh, what you got to say?
The heart wants to go with the Bears.
Follow your heart, Josh.
However, the head says the Giants are going to do it again.
Giants are the Olympics. You need to give them some time to get back up.
Marv, probably know what you're going to say.
Discount double check.
What?
Green Bay Packers. Anyway, thank you, gentlemen. This has been another episode of Phirst Contention, talking about the NFC division in the NFL. We're looking forward to this football season, and we know that you're looking forward to it too. So just continue to stay in tune with us. I'm pretty sure we're going to have some more fun, interesting debates about football topics, about basketball, baseball, anything that's coming up. So just kind of stay in tune. For Josh Harris, for Marvin Banks, and for Ty Sosina, I'm Stephen Davis, and we're signing off. Thank you for tuning in and watching.
Phirst Contention!
Ride with Phirst Contention, that's full throttle in. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Phirst Contention. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Game face grit, like born for playoffs. Say it all in small time like payoff.